What if the real drama in the Brown family was never the divorce, but the two houses silently exposing everything they tried to hide? Stay with me, because what we uncovered inside that Flagstaff mansion changes the entire narrative. And if you love deep dives that reveal what others miss, hit subscribe right now, because on this channel, we connect the dots before anyone else does. Tonight on Coco Gossip, we step back into the shadows of Flagstaff, where silence feels louder than any argument, and where two houses stand as quiet witnesses to a family legacy that may be rewriting itself in real time. Because long before the camera stopped rolling, long before the public statements and carefully chosen interviews, there were subtle signs that something deeper was shifting beneath the surface of the Brown family story. Viewers of Sister Wives have spent years watching the evolution of plural marriage dynamics, alliances, tensions, reconciliations, and departures. But what if the most revealing chapter was never spoken out loud? What if it was framed in the background of confessionals and glimpsed through partially open doors? What if the truest narrative has been told not through dialogue, but through decor and atmosphere? And the contrast now emerging between the Flagstaff mansion shared by Kody Brown and Robin Brown and the renewed space embraced by Janelle Brown has ignited speculation so intense that fans cannot look away. Because this is no longer simply about who left whom or who said what during a reunion special. This is about symbolism, perception, and the psychological weight of environment. For years, Kody positioned himself as a visionary patriarch, someone who believed expansion equaled success, someone who spoke passionately about legacy, land, and large-scale living. And when the family relocated to Flagstaff, the purchase of the spacious home became more than a real estate transaction. It became a declaration of permanence, of status, of triumph, after seasons filled with conflict and transition. Yet over time, viewers began noticing subtle visual shifts, stacks in corners, pathways narrowing, curtains drawn tightly as if guarding more than sunlight, and whispers began circulating online suggesting that what once appeared grand now seemed crowded. And while no official confirmation has addressed the rumors of excessive accumulation, the imagery alone has fueled endless commentary. Because in a world where aesthetics shape narrative, even the smallest detail becomes amplified. And here lies the tension. The house that symbolized victory is now described by some observers as heavy, suffocating, layered with belongings that appear untouched. And if these observations hold even partial truth, they raise difficult questions about the emotional climate within those walls. Experts often explain that environments can mirror internal states. Clutter can reflect overwhelm. Accumulation can signal attempts at control during seasons of uncertainty. And while it would be irresponsible to assign diagnoses or definitive motives, it is fair to acknowledge that viewers interpret what they see, and what they see has shifted dramatically. At the same time, Janelle's story appears to be unfolding in a strikingly different direction. After stepping away from her marriage, she embraced a simpler transitional lifestyle, first experimenting with RV living, then gradually revealing a space that feels intentional, open, and filled with natural light. And this perceived transformation has resonated powerfully because for years she was portrayed as practical, low maintenance, willing to compromise for the greater good. Now, however, her surroundings suggest autonomy and design choices that prioritize comfort, clarity, and personal taste. And this visual contrast between two households has evolved into a metaphor embraced by fans: the hoarding versus the haven, the illusion versus the renewal, the golden deer versus the grounded path. And the golden deer metaphor deserves attention because in mythology, the golden deer dazzles. It promises wonder and perfection. It lures the hunter deeper into pursuit until everything else fades into the background. And some viewers speculate that in choosing one relationship above others, Kody may have chased an idealized vision of harmony, exclusivity, and admiration, believing it would solidify his authority and fulfillment. But ideals can shift under real-world pressure, and what once sparkled can feel weighty when confronted with practical realities like finances, public scrutiny, and shifting family loyalties. Rumors regarding financial strain have further intensified discussion as income streams changed following separations and evolving contracts. Though none of these claims are confirmed through official documents, they circulate widely online and contribute to a broader narrative that maintaining a large property while navigating altered resources can create stress, and stress can magnify every underlying tension. If belongings accumulate while budgets tighten, observers inevitably connect dots, whether accurate or speculative, and that connection shapes perception, which in turn shapes legacy. Meanwhile, Janelle perceived upgrade, whether in square footage, design, or partnership, signals independence, and that independence challenges previous narratives that positioned her as dependent on shared structure. Instead, she appears composed, confident, and unburdened, and this shift invites viewers to reconsider long-held assumptions about power and provision. Because what if strength was never about controlling the grandest space? What if it was about creating a sanctuary that aligns with authentic values? And what if the quietest home now holds the loudest message about growth? As the mansion and the haven stand in symbolic opposition, suspense builds around what this means for the future of the remaining marriage. If clutter truly has increased, and if financial recalibration is occurring behind the scenes, conversations may be intensifying late at night, away from cameras, when expectations collide with practicality. Frustration can surface, and when public pride intersects with private doubt, emotional strain can deepen. Yet, it is crucial to remember that edited television captures fragments, not full realities, and that speculation must remain tempered with fairness. Still, narratives persist because contrast invites analysis, and analysis fuels engagement, and engagement keeps this story alive. So as we continue unfolding this investigation, hold on to the central question. Is the difference between these two homes merely aesthetic, or does it reveal something foundational about identity, regret, and resilience? Because part one of this saga is not about assigning blame. It is about observing patterns, acknowledging symbolism, and recognizing that sometimes the loudest revelations arrive quietly, stacked in corners, waiting to be noticed. As we move deeper into this unfolding saga, the focus shifts from what can be seen to what might be felt behind closed doors. Because if part one examined symbolism, part two confronts consequence. And the consequences of long-term decisions rarely arrive all at once. They gather quietly, building pressure until even the strongest facade begins to show strain. Within the ongoing narrative of Sister Wives, viewers have witnessed shifting alliances, emotional departures, and public declarations. But the most compelling tension now may not revolve around who left. It may revolve around who remains and what remains with them. Inside the Flagstaff mansion shared by Kody Brown and Robin Brown, there is a growing conversation among fans about sustainability. Not just financial sustainability, but emotional sustainability. Because when a relationship becomes the final pillar holding up an entire narrative, the weight can be immense. For years, Kody spoke about loyalty, obedience, vision, and unity. Yet unity fractured and loyalty was questioned, and vision was challenged by reality. Now imagine standing inside a home that was meant to symbolize the ultimate success story and feeling the subtle echo of everything that changed. Imagine walking through rooms that once buzzed with children, siblings, shared meals, and collective planning, and sensing the absence of that noise. Because absence has a presence of its own, and presence can feel heavy, especially when paired with public scrutiny. Speculation regarding accumulating belongings, whether exaggerated or accurate, has intensified because accumulation becomes metaphorical. It represents holding on when others have let go. It suggests permanence when circumstances are shifting, and it invites the question of whether control over physical space compensates for loss of relational control. Psychologists often emphasize that during times of transition, individuals may gravitate toward tangible anchors, objects, routines, familiar structures, anything that reinforces stability. But anchors can also become weights if they prevent adaptation, and adaptation is precisely what this chapter demands. Meanwhile, the parallel story unfolding in Janelle's life continues to contrast sharply with the mansion narrative. Her departure from traditional plural marriage structure signaled independence, but her evolving lifestyle signals transformation, and transformation carries its own symbolism. Open spaces, curated simplicity, visible comfort. These elements collectively communicate intentionality, and intentionality challenges previous assumptions about dependence. For years, she defended practicality, embraced modest accommodations, and accepted compromise. Now she appears to prioritize peace, and that prioritization resonates deeply with viewers who interpret environment as extension of emotional state. And here is where the suspense sharpens, because contrast rarely exists without internal comparison, even if never spoken publicly. Human nature inclines toward reflection when confronted with visible difference. Imagine scrolling through images of someone who once shared your world, appearing serene, fulfilled, unburdened, while you navigate complexity at home. Imagine reconciling pride with curiosity and curiosity with doubt. These emotions are universal, and speculation suggests they may be quietly present behind mansion walls. Rumors regarding financial recalibration further complicate the narrative as family income streams evolved with separations and independent ventures. Maintaining a large property inevitably requires planning and precision. Though no verified documents confirm distress, the online discourse frequently connects alleged accumulation with potential budgeting strain. And when fans discuss maxed cards, renegotiated contracts, or asset adjustments, they weave a storyline that amplifies tension. Whether entirely accurate or partially speculative, perception becomes powerful enough to shape public memory, and public memory influences how future developments are interpreted. But beyond finances lies the core dynamic of partnership. When two people position their relationship as the ultimate proof of loyalty, the stakes rise dramatically. Any sign of discord threatens not only personal harmony, but the very narrative used to justify previous decisions. And if clutter, arguments, or spending disagreements exist, even on a small scale, they carry symbolic weight because they challenge the image of seamless unity. And unity, once presented as unshakable, now exists under magnified observation. At the same time, So now the question is simple. Did chasing the golden deer cost more than anyone expected? And will the truth finally come spilling out from behind those closed doors? If you want the real story before the headlines catch up, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we break it down first and we never